This, somebody viewed this, it's got a red with a,
Yeah.
Bad decision making.
here we go. I'm gonna
All
hit
right,
it.
call the meeting to order. Commissioner Weeks, you can lead us in pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, good morning, everyone. The agenda to approve our agenda.
Move it. Second.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Fikert. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. This time we'll turn the meeting over for any public comments.
Good
Good morning.
morning, Mr. Chair, members of the commission. Thanks again for having me. Trevor Jones with Summit Carbon Solutions. As usual, here for answer any questions regarding the project. Certainly have my contact information. Hopefully, maybe distribute one more card here that I think I might have missed Commissioner Weiss the last time I was here.
Okay.
So, so I appreciate the time. If you got any questions or concerns, I do want to throw out kudos to the Fair Board, working with them last week regarding the sponsorship of the rodeo, which I think I was there both nights, very well attended, and the VIP tent as well that was behind the, been to the north of the grandstand, certainly was attended as well. That's two. And as far as Summit Carbon Solutions is concerned, any other sponsorships we can maybe go forward with the county, we'd be happy to do so. We thought that was a pretty good partnership, and again, kudos to the Fair Board and working with Rachel and her crew. They were good to work with, so
Yeah, thank
thanks for
you.
the time.
Thank you for your support.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Anyone else care to address the commission? Online, on the phone? Morning, Al?
Good morning, everyone. Mike and I and Carl were down at Sioux Falls yesterday on the regional jails, and just want to give you a real brief update on that. In the morning, the committee went over to Clay County, Vermillion, and we saw a small jail and an old jail. And then they took us down to Minnehaha, and we saw a large new jail. And so the contrast was amazing because, and the impression I went away with was primarily the need for regional jail. And the reason I say that is the small jail, I'll back up and take, one of the things when we got to Minnehaha County Jail, they talked a lot about services provided. And for example, the medicals and the doctors and the nurses and the optometrists and the dentist and the psychologist, and a small county can't provide that service. It just can't happen. So there is a need for the regional jail, and I think there's with the amount of space that is in that building, I think there's real opportunity to provide some of those services, and by providing some of those services, you can cut down on the return visits from the same people again and again. And so I think that's your opportunity to save money, is to cut down on the recidivism. So, thank you.
All right, thanks, Al. Thanks for attending the meeting. Anyone else care to address the commission this morning? Seeing none, we'll move on. Authorized publication for the 2023 provisional budget. Provisional budget is in the packets. We need to authorize advertising. We'll advertise it twice, this week and next week.
Second.
Motion by Weiss, second by Fikert. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next up, lease for BMX. They're got a big event coming up. They're gonna lease some of our land to the west of the BMX track.
Move it. Second.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Gage.
Question,
Go ahead.
west, so that doesn't interfere with the pound? The sheriff's evidently been contacted about it, and there's no problem there.
No problem there, the way I understand it. They're on board.
In the same way with the weed and pest folks.
The way I understand it, everybody's okay with it.
Okay.
We've done this in the past. We had a sizable event that we did the same thing a few years ago.
Okay.
Any other questions on that? All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We have an amendment to the Sand Lake Bridge project. Dirk Rogers.
Is there a copy of that? Do you have a copy of this?
It's in the packet, yeah.
All it is it's just changing the program that we're using, and what that document reflects is, basically, we're just gonna be in charge of the letting. It's not that big a deal for us to do that. Side note, you're gonna see a lot more of that from the state. It's not them handing it down or giving you an unfunded mandate or something like that, like what usually happens, but it's just going to, it's a personnel thing. You're gonna see a lot more private engineering companies doing the inspection on the DOT projects, just pure numbers. And in this case, I think eventually they're gonna transition all the big bridge projects, everything will switch to local lettings eventually. That's all this reflects, is, that we're switching from being in this leg of the program into the leg of the program where we do all the letting. It's exactly the same as the bridge up by Frederick we're doing, it's the same program, so. And that one's a 50/50. The one up at Frederick, we paid for the design in addition to that, so that one's an 80/20. So we only paid 20% of the Frederick Bridge, but we'll have to pay 50 of the Sand Lake Bridge.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead, Dennis.
Does that add extra work to your office, or, I mean...
just a little more communication with me, but instead of communicating to the state, which sometimes is not always...
So they're not necessarily shoving
No.
off?
No.
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 There's no...
No, not, and especially not the crew, you know. It's just another thing where, it's mostly me managing the project, or for the
In other words, it's not
county
that much different than it's really been before, other than
Correct.
now it's on paper.
side. Right, and your bill comes from someone else,
Okay.
so.
Thank you.
Is this signed then? I didn't even pay attention.
I haven't signed it yet, we haven't
Could I
approved it.
I'd like you to sign it, and you
Yep.
could certify it so I can take it and mail it today, that would be cool.
Okay, we need a motion to approve the
Move it.
signature. Motion by Feldheim, second by Weiss. Any further
I'll do
discussion?
the same thing.
Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. I'll sign it, yeah, take it with it.
Please do.
And then this, you need somebody notarized, you say?
Well, usually it gets a stamp from the auditor.
Yeah, you'll have to go out to Brock,
Oh, okay,
because he's the one authorized to do the auditor stuff right now.
okay.
Might actually get done a little quicker. Kept moving.
Just quick, we're chip sealing on 12W today, and despite everyone, because the state's got the project on US 12, and a lot of people, even though 12W's not a dedicated detour for this project, which I'm splitting hairs here. If it was a dedicated detour, we would not be out there in the middle of stuff today, but since people are using it, I wouldn't be surprised if we get the old, what the hell's the county doing fixing the road? Well, the state's busy fixing the road right next to it, so, should be just for a couple of days, so.
State's gonna be there the rest of the season, so
I
if
know
you're gonna
that.
do it, you gotta do it now.
Exactly.
This is the Brown County Steel too.
Oh, okay. I think that was.
I think that's it. Water's going down, river dropped another 3 inches. We're still only 3 feet down from spring thaw, but we're getting there.
Mhm.
And, chip sealing today and tomorrow. And I think that'll be it. We might do a little bit more, but I'll just have to see. So, all right.
All right.
Weather's cooperating, so have at it.
Yeah, so far so good.
Thank you, Dirk. All right, we have 9 ordinances this morning to approve.
Give that to Josh. Or Brock.
He can sign them.
Cool, thank you.
Planning and zoning has been busy.
That's what he's on.
Ordinance 222, an ordinance amending Title 4, Second Revision, Brown County Ordinances, as amended to rezone certain described property. Be it ordained by the Brown County Commission, Brown County, South Dakota, that the petition to amend Title 4, Second Revision, Brown County Ordinances, as amended to rezone the following described property, filed by Patricia Melhoff, is hereby granted, and Title IV, Second Revision Brown County Ordinances is hereby amended to change the zoning on the following described property from Chapter 4.06 Agriculture Preservation District, AGP, to Chapter 4.10 Lakefront Residential, R-3, for Lot 1, Barry Davis Edition, in the northeast quarter of Section 25-T124N-R65W of the 5th PM, Brown County, South Dakota.
Is there anyone here to speak to this ordinance? Not. Motion by Feldheim. Second by Gage to approve ordinance 222. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Ordinance 223, an ordinance amending Title IV, Second Revision, Brown County Ordinances, as amended to rezone certain described property. Be it ordained by the Brown County Commission, Brown County, South Dakota, that the petition to amend Title IV, Second Revision, Brown County Ordinances, as amended to rezone the following described property filed by Karen Kemp is hereby granted, and Title IV, Second Revision, Brown County Ordinances is hereby amended to change the zoning on the following described property from Chapter 4.06 Agriculture Preservation District, AGP, to Chapter 4.10 Lakefront Residential. Proposed Lot 1, Weak Kemp Addition in the southeast quarter of Section 8, T128N, R65W of the 5th PM, Brown County, South Dakota.
Move it.
Second.
Motion by Pfeiffer, second by Weiss. Is there anyone here to speak to this ordinance? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Ordinance 224, an ordinance amending Title IV, Second Revision, Brown County Ordinances, as amended to rezone certain described property. Be it ordained by the Brown County Commission, Brown County, South Dakota, that the petition to amend Title IV, Second Revision, Brown County Ordinances, as amended to rezone the following described property, filed by Diane Heeman, is hereby granted, and Title IV, Second Revision, Brown County Ordinances, is hereby amended to change the zoning on the following described property from Chapter 4.06 Agriculture Preservation District, AGP, to Chapter 4.07 Mini Ag District, MAG. Proposed Lot 1, Albert Anderson Edition, in northwest quarter of Section 10-T124N-R61W, except railroad right-of-way on the 5th PM, Brown County, South Dakota.
Anyone here to speak to that ordinance?
Motion to approve.
Okay, motion by Weiss to approve,
Second.
second by Gage. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Ordinance 225, an ordinance amending Title IV, Second Revision, Brown County Ordinances, as amended to rezone certain described property. Be it ordained by the Brown County Commission, Brown County, South Dakota, that the petition to amend Title IV, Second Revision, Brown County Ordinances, as amended to rezone the following described property filed by Nolan Ulmer, is hereby granted, and Title IV, Second Revision, Brown County Ordinances, is hereby amended to change the zoning on the following described property from Chapter 4.06 Agriculture Preservation District, AGP, to Lakefront Residential District, R3, and Mini Agriculture District, MAG, lots 1 through 17, Bowers 4th Edition, in the south half of Section 7-T123N-R65W of the 5th PM, Brown County, South Dakota.
Anyone here to speak to this ordinance?
Move it.
Motion by Feldheim.
Second.
Second by Weiss. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Ordinance 226, an ordinance amending Title IV, Second Revision, Brown County Ordinances, as amended to rezone certain described property. Be it ordained by the Brown County Commission, Brown County, South Dakota, that the petition to amend Title IV, Second Revision, Brown County Ordinances, as amended to rezone the following described property filed by Todd Lunsman, is hereby granted, and Title IV, second revision of the Brown County ordinances is hereby amended to change the zoning on the following described property from Chapter 4.06 Agriculture Preservation District, AGP, to Mini Agriculture District, M-AG. Proposed Lot 1, Howell Lundsman Edition, in the southwest quarter of Section 29-T128N-R60 of the 5th PM, Brown County, South Dakota.
Anyone here to speak to this ordinance?
Move.
Motion by Gage,
Second.
second by Weiss to approve. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Ordinance 227, an ordinance amending Title IV, second revision, Brown County ordinances as amended to rezone certain described property. Be it ordained by the Brown County Commission, Brown County, South Dakota, that the petition to amend Title IV, second revision, Brown County ordinances as amended to rezone the following described property filed by Mark Thompson is hereby granted, and Title IV, second revision, Brown County ordinances is hereby amended to change the zoning on the following described property from Chapter 4.06 Agriculture Preservation District, AGP, to Mini Agriculture District, MAG. Proposed Lot 1, Mark Thompson, second edition, and Lot 1, Mark Thompson edition, both in the southeast quarter of Section 9-T128N-R61W of the 5th PM, Brown County, South Dakota.
Anyone here to speak to this ordinance?
Move.
Motion by Fikert. Second by Feldheim. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Ordinance 228, an ordinance amending Title IV, second revision, Brown County ordinances as amended to rezone certain described property. Be it ordained by the Brown County Commission, Brown County, South Dakota, that the petition to amend Title IV, second revision, Brown County ordinances as amended to rezone the following described property filed by Jeremy Wahlberg and Troy Grote is hereby granted, and the following described property, and Title IV, second revision, Brown County ordinances is hereby amended to change the zoning on the following described property from Chapter 4.06 Agriculture Preservation District, AGP, to Mini Agriculture District, MAG. Lot 3, Hagman First Subdivision, and Lots 1 and 2, Garrett Subdivision of Lot 1, Hagman First Subdivision, in the southeast quarter of Section 26T124N, R63W of the 5th PM, Brown County, South Dakota.
Anyone to speak to this ordinance?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Weiss. Second by Gage to approve. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Ordinance 229, an ordinance amending Title IV, second revision, Brown County ordinances as amended to rezone certain described property. Be it ordained by the Brown County Commission, Brown County, South Dakota, that the petition to amend Title IV, second revision, Brown County ordinances as amended to rezone the following described property filed by Stacy Gosman is hereby granted, and Title IV, second revision, Brown County ordinances is hereby amended to change the zoning on the following described property from Residential District, R-1, to Highway Commercial, HC. Lot 1, Ronnie's Way Addition, and Lot 1, Creekside Addition, in the northwest quarter of Section 17-T123N-R63W of the 5th PM, Brown County, South Dakota.
Is there anyone here to speak to this ordinance?
Move.
Motion by Feldheim. Second by Fikert. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Ordinance 230, an ordinance amending Title IV, second revision, Brown County ordinances as amended to rezone certain described property. Be it ordained by the Brown County Commission, Brown County, South Dakota, that the petition to amend Title IV, second revision, Brown County ordinances as amended to rezone the following described property filed by James Whitman is hereby granted, and Title IV, Second Revision, Brown County Ordinances, is hereby amended to change the zoning of the following described property from Chapter 4.06, Agriculture Preservation District, AGP, to Chapter 4.07, Mini Ag District, MAG. Proposed Lot 1, Whitman's first subdivision, in the north half of the northeast quarter of Section 29-T123N-R62W of the 5th PM, Brown County, South Dakota.
Is there anyone here to speak to this ordinance?
Move.
Motion by Fikert, second by Weiss. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Dang, that was exciting. All right, brings us to the end of our regular calendar. Moving on to the consent calendar.
Approved general meeting minutes for August 16th, 2022.
So move.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Sutton. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Approval of the claims.
Move.
Motion by Weiss, second by Gage. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
HR report.
Move.
Motion by Weiss,
Second.
second by Feldheim. There were a couple changes that Erica came in and made. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Travel requests.
Move.
Motion by Weiss, second by Gage. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Approval of Spurs malt beverage application.
Move.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Weiss. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Approval of Spurs lottery permit.
Move.
Motion by Fikert, second by Weiss. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
And plats.
Move.
Motion by Gage, second by Fikert. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Anything else to come before the Brown County Commission this morning?
I just got a comment. I forgot to mention that we had a pretty good transition from, racetrack to rodeo and back to racetrack, and at least the initial returns are that went a little more smoothly than it had some years, so
Oh.
we'll see what feedback we get this week. But I do want, because I'm so quick to bitch about that when it goes the other way, I do want to say that it went pretty well this year, so.
Good to hear.
Just hang on a minute, Dirk. I don't know, did everybody get the email about, Summit Carbon Solutions being in the ditches, soil sampling? I mean,
Yep, so from my standpoint, purely the highway stuff, there's nothing unique about this. I've had that happen before where they didn't even warn us they were gonna come out there for, other activities. So, with what they're doing, and they're not putting anything in the ground, and they've notified us that they're out there, so, from that standpoint, I'm fine with the road stuff. Whatever else you guys wanna glean from, it's up to you, but there's nothing unique about having drill rigs. We had our own drill rigs in the right of way last week, and nobody called and told me that. I mean, I knew they were out there, but I didn't hear from anybody, so.
Okay.
Do you have those locations?
Yeah,
You've got them all?
it's in the map, Two of them aren't even in our roads. There's only about 4 spots. There's a map attached with that email that shows where they are.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's one on 280, there's 2 of them, I believe, are on 281. And then there's like 2, there's only like 4 locations in there, Ross.
I didn't really look at it,
Well,
I took a
at any
glance
rate,
at it,
there's
but
not-
I think there was like 2 maybe?
Yeah, I think there's either 2 or 3 that are in the county right away, and the others are in the state right away.
I guess what's unique about the whole thing is the permit isn't even granted yet, and they've got all this activity and digging and everything going on. It seems kind of a unique situation.
I guess when, and again, I should just shut the hell up, but just in response to that comment, there was, when they were citing those electrical, we had 2 really large electrical projects go through not too long ago. One was a WAPA line, big one, and the other was East River Electric doing them. And there was some extensive boring and stuff that happened out ahead of those things too, before they ever got like haul road agreements from us or even had the route, because that was part of trying to cite the route, you know, is doing it. I know, and I wanna get along with you, Dennis, and all that, but I only
Well, you
look-
get along with me.
No, I know that, but I only look at this from the road standpoint. You gotta remember that, and that's the only frickin' thing I care about, just like Doug's friendly neighbor up there. Once you move the sign out of the highway right away,
No.
you know, so, you just gotta, I mean, you know that about me, but that's why. But, again, if you take the letterhead off the letter, there's nothing unique about it, I guess is what I'm saying. So,
Other than the fact that the county commissioners all signed a
Well,
letter
that-
stating
again,
that, you know, we didn't
Yeah.
support
right.
this process, right? That's-
Now, as highway superintendent, I don't want any frickin' pipelines.
No.
I don't want any underground, nothing. I mean, so, but that's kinda like, I always wanna lower speed limits too. It's a
But I
money
mean,
deal.
that is a major difference. The county did not, you know, it wasn't presented in front of the PUC. The county didn't do a intervention into the docket on those other projects, if they even went before the PUC.
Right.
And the county did not sign letters that stated that they were not in support of the pipeline.
Sure.
That's the major difference.
Right. Well, if this board thinks that I should just block and just stalemate everything that comes across pertaining to highways, get 3 out of 5 of you to tell me that, and that's the route I'll take. But until I get that kind of direction, I'm gonna analyze it the same way I analyze anything else that happens in our right of way. But
No,
if you
I
guys
would-
want me to just stop and throw up and turn everything over to Ross's office every time we get contact on that, I can sure do it. But I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole with you guys, okay? I'm doing the road right away and how it affects the county roads, and that's my deal.
Well, at this point, they don't need a permit to do it, but we
No.
appreciate the fact that we're at least notified, because there are people watching different things, and if we're aware of it and able to monitor to make sure the traffic's not being disrupted, and there isn't
Right.
damage being done to the roadways that impact, you know, our ability to be able to maintain, you know, safe passage for folks. Like you said, it's kind of prep work that anybody does, whether they actually are successful in getting the project through or not, you know.
And-
But there's an awful lot of engineering and understanding about you know,
Sure.
what the topography, you know, challenges and that type of thing, so.
And it's,
But it's important to be at least aware
Oh,
ahead
yeah.
of time, which is the
Well,
right way to go about it.
As much as I don't want you guys to know this, the guy that sent in the email, I got him, he's on my cell phone. I talk to him frequently, and I kinda quit. He'd ask me things, and now I just tell him, again, to the roads, because I'm not gonna get led into interpretation of what the commission did.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but from a standpoint, just like the contractor up at Elm Lake has my cell phone, the guys drilling holes in the Richmond Dam right now have my cell phone.
Yep.
You hear an outrage about them, and they're in the middle of the damn road running holes into the dam.
Yeah, well, it's different, but same thing, if somebody's got a heavy load that's overweight or something like that, you know.
but we haven't had an outcry from the public that they don't want people making sure that the safety of Richmond Dam is okay. I mean, there are some different things, and I mean, early on, there was not communication. There were things happening that, and I totally agree 100% with Commissioner Weiss, that, I mean, they need to be exactly what
Yeah,
you talked about.
Yeah.
High time.
but, anyway,
All right.
wow.
Have a good morning.
Thank you.
I should've left with
Any other business? Go ahead, Mike.
I just wanted to put it out, I was approached by a private citizen over the course of the last week to see if there was any appetite for short-term, storage opportunities in the facility that we own out at the industrial park. I said, that's not a decision I can make, but, just something that,
Hey, over you guys.
you know, they would, be interested in some cold storage, not something they would need access to, but something they could place, for a period of time until, you know, they were ready to move it back out, so it wouldn't be a situation where they'd be in and out, but a place to store a couple different, groups of items out there. And I said, well, I don't know what the appetite is for us doing that, but space is at a premium for those kind of things in the area. And so I just wanted to bring it up, because like I said, it's not my decision to make, but whether or not legally it's something we want to enter into or have a conversation about, or just have an appetite, yes or no. So I don't know what the thoughts are.
Got the space that's sitting there empty now, I would say if we could, reap some type of benefit financially off of it. And it sounds like it's pretty,
That was a conversation we had with the insurance people, and I think you have to have the fire system working, so it's a Judy question on where we're at with all that stuff.
okay. Maybe we follow up with Judy to see if our fire suppression system is active, and
Okay.
that will determine whether or not we wanna pursue it.
And then probably follow up with the insurance company too.
Sure.
And I was part of that conversation when that was brought up, and yeah, there are stipulations from the insurance company, one being which is fire suppression, and there was some other things too as far as that goes.
Okay.
How do we get along with Brenton out at the fairgrounds, and none of that has a fire suppression system? Is that the key thing? If it doesn't have it, it doesn't have to qualify? Because we rent all those buildings out for campers and boats in the wintertime.
The way I understand it, Doug, 'cause I deal with most of those, is we don't have it and haven't had it, so we're kind of grandfathered in on the backside of that.
Or if they're willing to sign a release to say, well, understand there is no fire suppression, and if something happens, you're not held liable for it. So I guess that's,
We can follow up with Judy, see where
Okay.
we're at. I know that they're getting a lot of those systems online.
so, if you don't mind, I'll have them get in touch with you, but I just wanted to put it out here, because I was approached, but it's not my call, so.
Well, if we can meet the requirements, if we can get a document,
Okay.
stating that they know there's no fire suppression system, I would be okay with it, so.
All right.
Pursue it and let us know
I
what
don't
you
think our
find.
insurance company's gonna be okay with that though.
Well, that's what I'm
They're the
saying.
ones that are holding this process up, not
Didn't,
us or
right.
the
Didn't
lessee.
Judy tell us that there was no way that the fire suppression system could be shut down? That it had to be kept charged for some reason?
Yes,
Huh?
there was. Judy approached me to go to our insurance,
The coverage.
public assurance.
Thank you.
And I got it right this time.
Mhm.
And yes, because it is in the building, even though it's sitting vacant, they did say that it needs to remain on. Because Judy wanted to shut it off and drain it
Right.
for the winter.
Right.
Won't work.
And our coverage did not,
If it's there, it needs to be
Yes.
operable.
yes.
Okay.
So that I'm sure the sprinkler system is functioning.
Okay. But yeah, that'd be a situation where, we'd have some sort of a release that's, got the appropriate language to say, we're not covering. But if you want to store it there for whatever rate kind of comes up, so anyway, I'll have them get in touch with you, Ross, if you don't mind. Thanks. All right, I said I'd bring it up, so.
All right, anything else come before the Brown County Commission this morning? We've had a request for for personnel, I take it. Ross, any need for any legal? Okay. All right, entertain a motion to go into executive session for personnel.
Ooh, second.
Motion by Fikert, second by Weiss. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
I've got an executive session issue too I want to talk about.
Legal or
Personnel.
personnel also? All right, camera's back on, we're out of exec, no action as a result. I do have a letter here from the South Dakota Department of Health that I opened this morning regarding a disinterment. And it says, "We would appreciate you providing prompt notice of this disinterment permit to the affected cemetery board of directors." So, I don't know if we're responsible for doing that. It's, Sunset Memorial Gardens, Spitzer's.
Okay.
I think it's just a notice and then probably through the registry deeds office, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if we have to do anything. It says, would appreciate it, we would make contact with the cemetery and the,
Okay, I'll do some digging and see what I can come up with.
okay.
This morning, so.
So, that's all I was wondering.
Maybe don't.
It's not the
If you don't
first
hear
one
from the
that we
better,
dug
then
out.
No, no.
Okay.
Okay.
So, all right, is there anything else to come before the Brown County Commission this morning? Not, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move.
Motion by Piker, second by Gage. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.